Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Erndale's. My name is Dale. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm in a little bit different of a location today. I'm in the basement, the family room in the basement of our home. Here in Canada, I'm pretty sure it's all across Canada, we love to live in our basements just as much as we love to live everywhere else in our house. And in particular, this space, this family room down here, has been really used a lot in the last week because we've had really hot, muggy weather and our air conditioner conked sometime over the winter time, and we've been waiting for 2 weeks to have somebody to come and repair it, and he's coming today. So we have been living down here pretty much every day because it's cool down here. I think it's something like 18 degrees Celsius down here. So it's nice to have this space. Usually, I don't spend a lot of time down here. This is, I don't know, I wouldn't call it Gary's man cave, but he likes this area. He kind of has a lot of things down here. And we both sort of have our individual places that we like to go to. Of course, I like to go upstairs on the second floor to my studio, and he likes to come down here. So he's sharing his space with me this week, and I'm so thankful because it's beautiful and cool down here. So before I go any further, I thought maybe I should just give you a little tour of this area down here because it's really nice. It's just another space for two people to ramble around in, but it's very comfortable. I don't come down here very much in the wintertime. I come down to do laundry, but really I don't use this space in the wintertime, but he really does. He's down here, and his office and his little chapel, which I'll explain in a minute, are down here too. So why don't I just take the camera off the tripod and give you a little bit of a tour. But before I do, I just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. This video is going to be a mishmash of a whole bunch of different things. So there'll be some knitting, there'll be some crocheting, not much stitching, and some upcoming projects that I want you to sort of get ready for if you want to join me on. So before we do that, let's take a little tour of this area down here. I'll start with that picture there. I just got to take the camera off. Hold on. So you enter our basement right from the kitchen, and this first area here is quite a mess. We are in the process of remodeling part of this space down here, so we are piling stuff here that has to either go to recycle or to the dump or whatever. So this is just the little foyer. My dryer is here, and in there is sort of a bathroom and a laundry room and a furnace room and a storage room. It's all kind of raw. It's not, well, I'll turn on the light and show you. It's not fancy. It's just a room, and I'm about to do laundry. That's why the laundry's on the floor. So then you go down this long hallway. Oh, I just about fell down here. So you go down this long hallway, and again, here is some more stuff that we are collecting. This here pile. Gary took an organ that we had apart. It wasn't working. It couldn't be fixed anymore. So he took it apart, and we're getting rid of it piece by piece. You will have seen one of these in my garden, and I have one more for my secret garden. And this is all stuff that has to go to the dump. This is a cold storage room here. I will not take you in there because it's scary. And then there's another hall here. And again, I'm collecting. This pile has to go up to the studio. There's some dolls in here. This is my doll house that you see at Christmas time. It's a Mark's tin dollhouse, vintage. And here's one of my dolls. I might as well show you some dolls while I'm down here too. This is George Peters. I do not know. My son named him George Peters, and I do not know why. He's actually a knockoff of a doll by the name of Paul, I believe. And he and his sister, which I have over in the corner. I'll show you. They are larger than a walking doll. They were made as companion dolls for children. They fit a size 2 clothes, 2 or 3, I think. They do walk, but yeah, he's a big boy and he's quite heavy. So that's George Peters. Jonathan named him that. And this is our family room down here. This is where, like I say, we spend a lot of time down here in the summertime when it's nice and cool. And in the rest of the time, Gary's man cave. So it's just a comfortable space. We have a sofa. Actually, this is a sofa bed. You know, if we have guests, they can sleep down here where it's nice and cool in the summertime. Rocker recliner and a TV. Of course, you got to have a TV. And a bookcase full of books. And this little desk is a vintage school desk. I picked it up years ago at a charity store. I think I paid like $6 for it or something like that. And it's in beautiful shape. My brother did a little bit of sanding on it, but it's great. So we use it for writing. Sometimes we bring laptops down here and work on it. This picture here, I wanted to show you this because it's very special, and I don't know, I might have to turn the lighting down. Just hold on one second. It's difficult to get a good picture of this because there's so many shadows here, but my son Jonathan drew this when he was 13 years old. He did it with charcoal, and it is a picture of his childhood memory, he says, of me giving him piano lessons. If you see, there's a little boy there and a woman. Now, we did not have a piano like this. I mean, I would have been just over the moon, but he turned it into the piano's on a stage, and you can see over here are the seats of the concert hall. But and then he presented this to me, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And actually, not long ago, I asked him if he wanted it back because he has his own home. And I thought maybe it would be something that he would like on his wall. And he said, no, I gave it to you. It's yours. I don't want it. So yeah, it's very special. Now I'm going to turn the lights back on. Hold on. So there's 2 other rooms down here. There's that room and that room. These rooms were, oops, I'll pop you there. These rooms were bedrooms. When we moved in here, we did have beds in them for a while, but we changed it. Gary wanted to have an office down here, so he turned that room into his office, and I turned this room into my doll room. But we are changing things up now. This room is being gutted and renovated. My husband's going to be using this as his office in the future, so he's taking all the walls out and putting drywall up and fixing it all up. This is all my stuff. I have to deal with all this stuff pretty soon because he wants to get going on this room. So yeah, this is going to be his office. And this other room over here, this is his office right now. Just turn the light on. This is his office here. Gary is he's a Lutheran pastor, mostly retired. He doesn't have a church anymore. He is an associate bishop for the Independent Lutheran Church and Chapel, and they are a very small synod, so he does a lot of work for the synod as well. They have a school, and he does a lot of work with the students. So most of his work is done online here because we are in a rural setting. But, you know, there's so many things that now have gone online. The headquarters is in Oregon. So they do a lot of correspondence that over the internet and stuff like that. Anyway, this is his office part here. That's where he's squeezed in. He's really squeezed in this little spot. And then this part here is his chapel. So during the pandemic, you know, when all the churches were closed and, you know, all that kind of stuff was going on, he started doing online services. And he's still doing online services. He does them every other Sunday. So he made this little chapel, and he does a lot of stuff here. So he's going to just have this whole room as a chapel and then move all the office stuff into the other room. And I think it's going to be good for him because, he is really kind of squashed here. So this is his little chapel here. And then I'm going to shut this light off as we go out. Like I said, this room was my doll room. I had cabinets in here with displaying all my dolls, and I have been getting rid of dolls for quite a while. And I have dolls all over the house, but this is the only cabinet I have left of dolls now. And these are, down here is mostly the Chatty Cathy line. There's Chatty Cathy's, there's Chatty Babies, there's the Chatty Brother. I think there's a Singing Cathy in there. And eventually I'm going to get rid of all of these too. I'll be selling them online. I might, there's a couple that I'm going to keep, but most of them are going to go. And up here are other dolls. Here is a 1950s bride doll. And Cindy, and what was the other one? I can't remember. There's a couple of them there. And there's another one of them there. And there's a Giggles and a Timey Tell. This is Amanda, is that her name? She talks and does all kinds of stuff. That is Baby Talks a Lot, I think. She talks too. This is one of my favorite little rubber dolls. I love the rubber dolls the best. To me, they are still the most cuddly, beautiful dolls. And this little doll here, I got when I was 4 years old, my four-year birthday party from Glenn Matsu. He was a little boy living down the street. He actually still lives in that same house. 68 years he is. He's the same age as me. Anyway, yeah, this is the sweetest little doll, and I will never get rid of her. She's just precious, and I've had her for 64 years. These two, there's one here, and here's another one. These are Campbell Soup dolls, and when I was a child, you could send in the label of a Campbell Soup to Campbell's, and they would send you a doll. So apparently I was very eager, and I got two of them, and they squeak. They had original clothes on at one time. They had a little dress and the little cap, the little red cap, but I guess I must have played with them a lot, and so years later I made them, crocheted them their little dresses. So these are quite collectible. These are from the 50s as well. And like I said, most of my dolls are, all my rubber dolls are upstairs. This is a rubber doll here too, this one. And this one is, and this one is. But most of the rubber dolls are upstairs. There's a little Pinker and Pumpkin piece that I did. I love her designs. They're just beautiful. And she has a whole range of these houses. There's actually one I'm going to do for fall. I'm just going to pop it out of this frame, pop this one out, put the next one in. Do one for every season. So that is, oh, and here's another doll. I don't actually know who this doll is, but watch this. My son's favorite doll. Someday I think I'm going to give it to him. And this is Patty Play Pal. She also is a companion doll. She is Paul's sister. She's a beautiful, beautiful doll. And I gotta show you her hair. She has the most gorgeous hair. Look at this hair. So thick. I love to style her hair. It's just like working with a real child. I actually had a little child was here a week or so ago. She's going to be 6. She loved her. she was walking around with her. Actually, she was about the same size as this doll, and this doll is quite heavy, and she was dragging her around, and she was wanting a comb to comb her hair, and she was really quite into her. So there are some little girls that still love dolls. Here's this Afghan that has created such a rage on my channel. I use it here. This is my chair when I come down, and this is what I cover up with if it's chilly in the wintertime. So that is our basement space. You've had the tour. Well, I was going to take you upstairs and go through the knitting stuff, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow and do that because it is so hot up there. It's very uncomfortable, and I think I'm just going to stay down here, and I don't want to haul everything down here. The air conditioning is being fixed right now, so I think this video is probably long enough, and I'm going to post this one, and I will do another one on the other stuff that I've got to show you, the knitting, the crocheting, and the other thing that I'm going to be doing online with you in the coming days. So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming down into this nice cool basement with me. And I hope you enjoyed that. I just remembered I still have to paint the rest of that banister, don't I? One more project to add to the list. Anyway, thank you for coming down into my nice cool basement with me, and I will see you in a day or so. Bye for now.